Steve opens up cheap Chinese gear. Does it suck? No one knows. Well, he knows.
Hi, Steve from Steve M Outdoors, and today I'm going to look at another piece of outdoors gear ordered off the web from a no-name Chinese manufacturer to see if it's worth it for you to pick it up. Now, if you're like me, you probably have a lot of fishing rods, and you may have noticed that most of them tend to do the same things in the same ways. Every now and then, however, someone's got to be an individual. Most rod makers put their hook keepers ahead of the reel seat. There's your reel, there's your hook keeper. Makes sense, right? A few, however, I'm just going to put this away and grab another rod, make the bizarre decision to put the hook keeper behind the reel seat, as you can see on this rod here from Quantum. Now, if you're like me, and here's the hook keeper and here's the reel, so it's obviously behind, right behind my hand. Now, if you're like me, you tend to grab your rods from the back. So when you're picking up your rod off the deck, this is how you're grabbing it. There's your hook keeper. And of course, this being my jerkbait rod, I can enjoy up to 3 treble hooks in my hand if I grab it without noticing that I have a lure already on it. So you're probably going to have a painful encounter. Now, some, like the cheap Chinese rod that I reviewed in an earlier episode, don't even have a hook keeper at all. Bottom of the barrel manufacturing. Now, although in this case this is a collapsible rod, so I suppose that's understandable. So why is a hook keeper important? A lot of people are lazy and they tend to hook their lures on one of the guides. Now that's a bad idea because you can damage the guide, which can then abrade your line and cause it to break at the most inopportune moment. So having and using a hook keeper is a good idea. Now, earlier this summer, I happened to come across an eBay listing for a set of hook keepers and bands for a few bucks all the way from China. So I ordered some for both the Chinese rod and the Quantum rods. And I basically used them for the entire summer to see how well they did. The verdict? For the most part, well. The bands that hold the keeper in place I expected not to last very long, but they tend to stay in one piece for the most part. The only issue is they don't tend to work very well on thick rods, as with the collapsible Chinese rod. As you can see, this is a fairly thick base here just out of the reel seat. And they will eventually break, as I found out. Now, on normal size rods, this doesn't appear to be an issue. The plastic keeper itself, and here it is, I'll show you, could be a little bit larger. The hole that you put your lure in is a little, or lure's hook is a little small, but it still does exactly what it was designed to do. I never had a lure come off the hook keeper while fishing in many different conditions. Now, the bonus part of this is that you get a set of 10 of these keepers and 20 rubber bands, one small, one large, for a grand total of about US $1.30, or for Canadians $1.75 on eBay. Just do a search for, and I'm going to read this off my monitor, 10 pieces fishing rod pole hook keeper, and I'll put that on text at the bottom. And you should be able to find the listing that I used and other similar ones. So I know what you're saying, Steve. I can make a hook keeper out of a paper clip. In fact, there are YouTube videos which show me just how to do that. Why would I want to pay money, even less than $2, for something that I can do for almost nothing? Well, then I wouldn't have been able to make this video. At any rate, would I recommend buying these hook keepers? Sure. They do what they're supposed to, and they cost almost nothing. Yeah, you could make your own out of paper clips and wire, but those tend to look pretty bad and are often permanent additions to the rod if you're gluing them. With these hook keepers, you can take them off anytime you want, and there's no damage to the rod. So yeah, buy them if you have some goofball rods with hook keepers in a weird place, or none at all. That's it. So anyway, that's it for this video. As always, if you liked what you saw and found it even vaguely informative, please feel free to like and share the video and leave a comment below. I do like hearing from the people who watch my videos, whether it's unadulterated praise or constructive criticism. Down below in the description, you will find links to my Twitter page where I report from my activities on the field or link to things of interest, and my Facebook page where I tend to write longer form entries about fishing, hunting, and sports shooting. At any rate, I hope you have a great day, and as always, may you have tight lines.